Do you still remember that moment when you walked out on that stage?
Hi, what's your name, darling?
My name is Susan Boyle. I walked onto that stage, saw the panel and thought, oh my God.
She knew that she was going to walk out there and sing like an angel, and she knew she was going to get them. That's where she was smart.
I was trying them out just to see if they had a sense of humour, so I just did the wee wiggle, you know? And that's just one side of me.
We all remember Susan Boyle because we remember from, Britain's Got Talent and how she walked onto the stage and she was all scruffy and she'd, never done her hair and her clothes were mismatched and all of those things, and she sang like an angel. How soon when you started singing did you think, I've got them?
Well, I think probably the first few bars of I Dreamed the Dream.
I dreamed a dream in time gone by.
And when I heard them all cheering, I thought, I've got them.
Those first few seconds resonated. We still watch it on YouTube. I still occasionally watch it on YouTube. It's wonderful. It's the dream, isn't it? Apart from, hitting those incredible heights, then she just didn't cope.
Susan broke down after the final of Britain's Got Talent. The pressure was too much.
People thought she probably wasn't a very nice human, that she was, at the very least, she was unstable. When we look back at the pressure that you came under after Britain's Got Talent, there was enormous pressure, and you had a few, I don't know what, maybe we could call them meltdowns, where you didn't cope so well.
I hadn't had any sort of formal training in how to deal with the media and stuff like that.
She released a few songs and a few albums, and then she dropped off the radar, and we all kind of thought that, well, that was her moment in the sun.
There was a lot of surprises in the early days because I didn't really know what was going to happen. But I'm a bit more relaxed now. Take everything with stride.
So you've changed a lot in 10 years.
I think I've matured a bit.
So it was her first album in 10 years, and she is about to release it, and she is only giving a select few interviews because she has had a diagnosis that she is on the autism spectrum. And this explained all of those temper tantrums and all of those meltdowns and all of those issues that she'd been having back in the day. But she was also being really carefully managed, and she wasn't being overtaxed with interviews. I think sudden fame is, it's a lot to deal with for someone who doesn't have Asperger's. But Asperger's adds a whole other layer to it, doesn't it?
Well, Asperger's, you just have to make people aware that sometimes you have to go at a certain pace, and not be too bombarded with things. I mean, at the very beginning, it was very bombarded.
There was a little bit of damage done back in the day when I told my cabbie, London cabbies are very opinionated, and when I told my cabbie why I was in London, he said, she lost it a while back, she was always losing her temper. And I thought, that's settled in London. It didn't so much settle over here, but still people know her, and people wanted, they wanted to read. If you see someone whose face you recognise, you want to reach out, you want to get a photograph, you want to say hello. So she was still recognised even though she'd effectively been a hermit for nearly 10 years. You've been very open about your Asperger's, which is decent of you, because a lot of people try to keep that stuff secret, and you haven't done that.
It's nothing to keep secret, really. There's nothing to be ashamed of.
No.
Everybody has something. A wee flaw, if you like. But they shouldn't be ashamed of it. It's something that you bring out in the open in the hope that you help other people, But I'd like to feel I'm the voice for people who have been the underdog.
There were some management challenges with doing the interview as a result of her personality, as a result of her sort of reserve and her shyness. She doesn't easily trust. She doesn't easily bond. And so to get someone to be comfortable in an interview which is semi-confessional takes a little bit of work. There was a little bit of work beforehand. which is why she doesn't do a lot of interviews and why we had lots and lots of time with her. We had about an hour on the first day and then we had another hour on the second day, which is unusual. Normally you'd get 20 minutes to half an hour. So she's managed now, which is, and her comfort level is managed now. And that's great. I'm glad that she's with people who are looking after her.
Maybe I was really saying, if I can do it, you can do it. And it's amazing the amount of people who've taken that up, the physical disabilities and everything.
Is that your message?
Yeah. Don't see just a part of me, just see the whole person, not just a bit of me, just the whole person.
It's a pretty good whole person. Apart from the fact that she does sing like an angel, I think the whole world, when they buy her album, they buy the dream. Everyone wants to live the dream, don't they? We're all aspirational. We all want something more than we have in our lives. And we all kind of want to know that it's possible to get it. And so Susan is living, breathing proof that you can chase your dream against adversity and you can get it. There's nothing you don't want to do now, is there? It feels like you've been, let off the leash.
I just want to keep going. I just want to keep entertaining people, making albums, touring. I'm as happy as anything.